Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving break and is having a fantastic Monday. This is Mr. Taylor with Young Engineers Today. We will be continuing to work with Fly to Learn today. The way the class is going to go today is we're going to review your assignment that you had needed to have done for today, and then we'll move into your second lesson for Fly to Learn. Okay? If you can hear me, please raise your hand. All right, George, Marissa, Max. Excellent, excellent. All right. Many others. Alex, if you can see my screen, please raise your hand. All right. Yeah, many people with their hands raised. Excellent. All right. Now, all right, let's get into this. Today, with the second lesson, what you will be covering is we're going to be looking at the forces that affect flight, and specifically one of them today. And the little pun on this is, may the forces be with you. All right. Now, last class, we didn't have class on Wednesday, but on Monday, hopefully everyone was able to watch the webinar if you weren't here and get caught up. Once again, today you will be needing a PDF from Edmodo, and you'll be using XPlan again. Okay. And so let's begin by reviewing the first lesson that was due today. All right. Now, you had to practice some takeoffs, and then once you took off, you're flying, and I wanted you to point the nose of your plane down because we're looking at potential and kinetic energy. Now, I'm going to call on some people. Please raise your hand if you can tell me what the what the airspeed indicator does. Can someone tell me that, please? Go with Max. Yes, Max.
Okay. The airspeed indicator pretty much tells you how many knots per hour you're going.
Okay. So kind of like how fast you're moving.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. And when you pointed, while I have you on, when you pointed your nose of your plane down, what happened to your airspeed?
The speed, well, when I was like really high up, I went straight down and it went to like 160 knots.
So did it increase or decrease?
Increase.
It increased. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Max. Appreciate it. All right. Now, our second tool that you had to use was the attitude indicator. Can someone tell me what it does? Go with Marissa. Hello, Marissa.
Hi. Doesn't that like show you whether you're going down or up or something?
Yes. If it's all blue, which direction are you going? Or mostly blue?
You're going up.
And if it's mostly brown, you're going
down. And also, I have a question. Like, oh, what was I gonna say? Like the airspeed indicator. Kind of like. Oh gosh, what was I gonna say? I'll raise my hand when I remember.
Okay. But can you answer me this question before you get off? When you had your nose of your airplane pointed down, which color did you see more of, brown or blue?
Brown.
Excellent job. Thank you, Marissa. And once you remember that question, let me know. Let's go to our altimeter. Can someone tell me what the altimeter does? Let's go with Zach. Hello, Zach. Hello, Zach.
Doesn't it tell you like the how high you are, like the feet?
Yes, elevation. Very good.
Okay.
Very good. When you pointed your nose down, what happened to your elevation? Did it go up or did it go down?
Down.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. Now, as we can see here, that if we're increasing the amount of speed, we are increasing our kinetic energy, all right? So now we did the opposite down below. Can someone tell me what happened when we pointed our nose up? What took place with our instruments down below? All right, anyone else? All right, let's go with Max. Max, go ahead. Can you explain that, please?
Do you want me to do all three or just one?
All three.
Okay, so for the airspeed, when you pointed up, mine either like stayed at the exact same thing is except if you had just gone straight down. But if you hadn't, it would just stay normal, and if you had just gone straight down, it would go down rapidly. Then for the altitude indicator, it when you go up, it turns blue. And for the altimeter, it goes up when you go high.
Okay, yeah. The thing is, next time, if you were doing this again, if you let it fly a little bit longer while you're going up in a more increased rate of ascension, you would notice that your airspeed actually decreases. Okay. But you are completely
Oh wait,
correct.
did I say increase? Did I say
No, you said pretty much it stayed the same.
Oh yeah, but when you had like just gone down, it normally for me would go straight down.
Okay, good. So you're getting that increase in airspeed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Max. Now, Marissa, you like to add on? Go ahead.
Yeah, I remembered. Like the kinetic energy, like when you point the nose down, it goes faster. Doesn't that have something to do with gravity?
Yes, gravity is helping increase your kinetic energy, just the same as we explained last class about when you're on a bicycle and you're pedaling down a hill. You're using kinetic energy to move fast, but gravity is in support of that. Now, the opposite is we get potential energy. When you're flying your airplane up in the air, you're actually helping increase your kinetic energy by creating more potential energy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Now, let's go over to the next questions and the investigative questions. Can someone answer the first one? You, as the pilot, want to go faster. Do you point the nose up or down? Let's go with Zach. Yes, Zach.
Down.
Excellent job. Excellent. And is that building kinetic or potential energy?
Potential.
Are you moving faster? Because remember, kinetic deals with fast moving. So are you moving faster?
Kinetic.
Kinetic. There you go. Excellent job, Zach. Now, all right, you answered the second question as well. Good job. Now, in terms of energy, why does your plane slow down as you climb? Can someone answer that question?
On speaker. Oh, hi. So why does it lose like the speed when you're going up? It's because of gravity pushing against you.
Very good. Very good. As well as you're having this trade-off of kinetic energy for potential energy as well, and gravity has a major play in that. Very good, Alex. Thank you.
No problem.
Now, and thank you to those who are answering in the box. All right, now, as we move forward, what happens if you don't touch the throttle? Can you climb Can you climb and fly faster at the same time? Can someone answer that for me? Yes, go ahead. You're unmuted.
Oh, one second. I haven't been able to do much experimenting with it, but I don't think you'd be able to go faster if the throttle isn't on.
Correct. You can't do both at the same time because they both require lots of energy. All right. Thank you very much. Good job. All right. Now, can someone tell me why is it dangerous to fly low and slow? Let's go with, all right, Alex. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to keep my hand raised.
Oh, no problem. Just go ahead and answer the question. Why is it dangerous to fly low and slow?
It's dangerous to fly low and slow because, number one, you're too close to the ground, you'll crash. And if you're flying slow, you don't have any like energy to keep you up in the air.
Excellent job. Excellent job. Yeah, as Alex is stating, you don't have enough kinetic energy to trade for potential energy. If you need to climb, you can't. As he said, you're too low to the ground, you'll crash. Nor do you have enough potential energy to trade for kinetic energy either. So you're kind of just, you don't have the ability to build speed and then trade it off as potential or kinetic, so you end up going all right. Now, very good. Thank you. Can someone ask the last question? You are dive in a dive, going faster and faster. At some point, the airspeed will stop increasing. Why? Yes, Marissa.
This is just a guess because you crashed.
Yeah, you'll crash. And when you crash, you're getting such an increase in drag that eventually you just come to a halt. Thank you, Marissa. Very good. All right. Now, which leads us to our new aspect. Now, to those who weren't here last class, you can go on to Edmodo and use this link and download you can download a demo version of X-Plane. To those in Raleigh, Mr. Dubik gave those out. If you weren't at the last lab, he'll give those to you the next lab on the 14th. Secondly, to those in Charlotte, you're using the demo right now, and you'll be getting your disc on Thursday at our lab. Okay. I sent this link out to everyone, or you can get off of Edmodo. Secondly, tonight you have your second lesson that's been posted for you to work on, and you'll have to finish it. It'll be due on Wednesday. Okay, and you can get that off Edmodo. Taha, you have a question? All right, Taha, please type in your response. Yes.
All right. Here's the question. 1 second. How do you get the worksheet?
The worksheet is on Edmodo. All you have to do is download it.
Okay. Do you have to print it?
No, if you wanted to, you could either read it and write your answers on a piece of paper, or you could type them on a Word document, or take a screenshot of it, and put it in as a picture in a Word document and type over top of it, or you could print it out It's up to you. Variety of, just so you're prepared for next class. Does that answer your question?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So let's get into our lesson today. All right. Now, may the forces be with you. All right. I always get a kick out of that. Now, there are 4 major forces that affect our aircraft. The first one is going to be gravity. Now, gravity's special because it's always pushing down on us. Now, but every force has an opposing force that's taking place. The opposing force is lift. Lift is pushing our airplane up. And we'll be learning about a little bit more about lift in our future classes. Now, our next one, this is pushing our plane backwards. This force is drag, okay? And our last one that we're dealing with is thrust. Thrust is coming from our propellers or in other planes, jet engines, which I would imagine a lot of you have probably experimented with other aircraft over the past week. There's a lot of really cool aircraft on X-Plane. Okay. Now, our 4 forces, we're going to be looking at weight tonight, primarily. Weight, which is made up of gravity, is also mass, is including mass. Can someone tell me what would change if you went in outer space, your mass or your weight, and why? Marissa, you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. Well, I think I know the answer to the question you just asked, but I think the weight will change.
And why?
Because this is not scientific, but I've heard like people get like lighter when they go into outer space because there's like 0 gravity there.
Ding, ding, ding. Your winner, chicken dinner. That's the point. Gravity, but is your mass going to change, Marissa?
No.
No, because mass, in this equation, the gravity's changed, but the mass isn't. So your weight will fluctuate based off the gravity. You can actually find out what your weight is. Like if you went online, when I used to teach space science, I did this activity with students where we would look at the gravity of other planets and find out our mass, and then find out how much we'd weigh on other planets or in the Milky Way, which was fun. But thank you,
Cool.
Marissa. All right. Anyone else like to add on to that? Let's go with Max. Max, would you like to add on?
The weight changes because like someone stated earlier, there's 0 gravity, but the mass doesn't change because like the actual weight of the person doesn't change. It just changes from the 0 gravity.
Yeah. Thank you, Max. And George, excellent job. Brendan, excellent job as they answered in as well via text. Thank you for your participation. Yeah, the thing is, we'll put hands down. How many people have had an adult, a teacher, a parent, a friend, someone, another person you know, could be anyone. They'll use weight and mass interchangeably as if they mean exactly the same thing. Raise your hand if you ever had someone do that. See, Nathan has. Nathan has heard someone do that. All right. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, and it was confusing. Sometimes I would hear teachers do it, and then like older I got, and I started learning more about science and engineering, and I was like, oh, they're totally two different things. Um, you can't have one without the other, but in the opposite end, you don't you don't need weight to have mass. All right. Now, moving forward. Now, the major things that we're going to be looking at is the mass of the plane and the payload. Um, mass of the plane is usually fixed, but the payload can change. This depending on what they're carrying. In case humans, for example, you're on U.S. Airways. If one flight has more than the other, your payload's different, or amount of luggage, or if you're like FedEx, amount of cargo, as well as where that payload is, can be a major play in how a plane its direction is moving. Many years ago, there was a plane, I believe it was over Venezuela, that was shipping cattle, and they didn't tie the cattle up. So when the plane was trying to increase its potential energy, all the cattle shifted to the back and created the plane to drop backwards, and the pilot put the nose down, which then shifted them all forwards. Now that's the reason now they strap down any type of cargo. They don't want it moving around, so they can affect where the payload is and how the direction is perpendicular down to the flight path. Okay. Now, all right. Now, the point of this lesson is we're going to look at weight versus takeoff distance. We're going to change the weight and see how long it takes for our plane to take off in the air. And when I talk about flight, and I'm speaking of takeoff, I'm not talking about you just have one part of the plane up in the air. I'm not talking about you being 100 feet up in the air. I'm talking about that moment where all of the plane is even millimeters, inches off the air. You are in flight. And that's what I want you're going to be looking at today. Now, just a review, under quick flight setup, which is under settings, the airport we're flying out of is Lowy. The flight abbreviation for this airport is LOWI. The runway we're flying on is runway 8. And we're not doing a final approach. We'll be doing that in future lessons. 3 nautical miles and 10 nautical miles. That's just how far away you are from the landing strip. We're using a Cessna. We want to be about 8 o'clock in the morning because it's sun's out, it's bright, it's easier to see everything. And then we're going to be using the cabin. This is talking about our visibility. We want clear visibility because we're learning how to fly. Okay? We're still practicing. Brendan.
I couldn't find the fly to learn thing on Edmodo.
Can you be more specific on what you're talking about? Because there's over 3 different things on Edmodo.
I tried to type in the link you sent on. So there's a thing at the very top that says search posts, groups, users, apps, and more.
Okay.
I tried typing it in there, and is that the right place to type it in? That link you sent us?
I just sent it out to you in the questions chat right now. You go to webinar. So you can copy that link and paste it into your internet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, Marissa, how can I help you?
Are we so right now we're supposed to be on the hang on. We're supposed to be on no, it won't let me. Well, the building plane thing?
I'm just reviewing, and then we're going to watch a short clip that's going to show us the new things that we're going to be doing today. Okay?
Okay. And also, how do you change the view on and how do you change planes on X-Plane?
You would change planes under open aircraft, and as well as the view is you use the A, Q, W, E, and S buttons.
So at the same time?
No, each one of them rotates Some take you outside the aircraft, behind the aircraft, etc.
Okay.
And if you look
you.
on your lesson from lesson 1, it actually has all the verbal instructions on how to do all of that.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. Now the two things I'm going to show you. Today's lesson. Now I want you to realize that everything that we're going over in the videos, if you're like, oh man, I missed something, I can't figure out what I need to do, shows you all the instructions in the lesson. It literally takes you step by step through everything. Okay? And so you can always go back and read that. Okay? Now we're going to watch the first video that's going to show us what we are doing in lesson 2. Okay? Now I do apologize. The very beginning of it is a little blurry, but it gets better after about 15 seconds. Let's get started. First, we have to set up our flight conditions. We need to select our airport as Lowy, our aircraft as the Cessna 172P, the time as 8 a.m., and our weather as clear. If we have any trouble remembering how to do this, we can look back at lesson 1.
For this lesson, we need to collect some data. So next we need to click on Settings, select Data Input and Output, and choose the Data Set tab, if not already selected. Click on the last two checkboxes next to Speeds, line 3.
Now, once again, that was under Settings with Data, Tabs, and Output. And then you're going to be clicking the last two tabs under 3, 21, and 66. Okay?
Location, velocity, and distance traveled, line 21. And landing gear vertical force, next to line 66. Then click X to return to the main screen.
Now let's check the payload. We want our first payload to weigh 298 pounds. At the top of the menu, select Aircraft. Click on Weight and Fuel, and select the Fuel Payload tab, if not already selected. The payload should read 298.
Okay, it looks like we're ready to take off. Click on the X to return to the plane, and then press P to...
Now, one suggestion to you. Do not get worried about during this lesson. You're going to be doing 3 different payloads of 298, 600, and 900. It is perfectly fine if you cannot get it exactly on those amounts. If it is at 601 or 899, that's perfectly okay. Okay, as long as you're in with 2 to 3 points, you're fine. Okay.
Pause. Click on the red brake light to turn off the brakes, or press B, and then push and throttle all the way. Click on the center of the windshield to make the crosshairs and control box appear. Move the mouse pointer to the right of the crosshairs to get the plane started down the runway well, and then press P to unpause. As we start down the runway, we should move our mouse slowly to the center of the crosshairs, and try to do this as consistently each time for each trial.
Now, you're going to be doing this trial 3 times in a row, okay, for each one. And we're going to show you how you're going to collect your data.
Okay, once we have it in the air, we can take a look at our data and record it on our chart. To do this, click on Settings, Data Input and Output, Data C, and here we will find a graph which can tell us the values of distance and airspeed.
We have to take off 3 times for each payload, increasing first to 600 and then to 900 pounds. Afterwards, we should graph our results on the next page and answer the investigative questions.
Now, one tip I'm going to give you.
Data C, and here we will find the graph
that will help you with this process of collecting this data is as you can see the payload and how you can change it under 298. It starts off on 298 and you'll just move it up until you get to the point where you need it to be. Now, you're going to do data collection here and you're going to set data collection points and then you're going to graph the data you collect. Now, once again, you have 33, 21, and your landing gear. The landing gear is important for the fact that when your landing gear has 0 weight on it anymore, that means you're in the air. Okay? Now, you can use these lines to show you down here your virtual airspeed, and that's what you're going to use. Be true, miles per hour is the one in orange. Your distance is 21 feet, but the key is you want to pause the game when you get all of these on 0, your landing gear, right? And you can either do it in the data under data input and output and data C. You can look at it that way because it actually shows you your process and how long time it took you off. So you can challenge yourself to see how fast you can take off. Here's another view of it. Now, another way you can look at this is from a different perspective. When the perspective of you collecting the data first, you write down your virtual airspeed and your takeoff distance. You'll do this 3 times, do the average, otherwise known as add them all up, divide them by how many there are, which in this case will be 3. Then you'll do it for 600 and 900. And then the instructions are very detailed and it tells you the graph. You have the takeoff distance by payload, and then you can answer the questions. Now, I'm going to give you guys about 15 to 18 minutes to work on this. Another trick that you can use instead of using the data to those who do not like or want to use this, which I find very useful myself, but you can use this, and I'll show you. And I find this helpful. On your screen, you'll see these 3 lines now that since we checked off those boxes. The top one has the V true, and I'll say MPHAS, miles per hour airspeed. Very easy. You can write your reading down there. Right below it, you have distance. This is your takeoff distance. You have it in feet, and then you have it in metric as well. But below that, it says gear. Those are talking about your landing gear. I always use those as an identifier because I can visually see that when those are all on 0, I'm off the ground. That is your moment of truth, okay? Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and do the first section of this lesson, which means go through here in about, like I said, 15 to 18 minutes. We'll go over it, and then I will review this section with you that'll get you ready to do the second part of the lesson. Now, once again, if you need something, you can always read or you can ask me. If you understand what you need to do now, please raise your hand. Okay, Marissa, Nathan, Zach, good. Okay. Max, Brendan. Now, if you have any questions or concerns, ask them now. Everyone else, you can go get the work. Okay? Yes, go ahead.
Can you help me like how you do like the data C thing? Because right now it has like a great, it's like the back part of well, I'm on it. Like the data set, I have 3, 21, and 66.
All right.
But when I go to data C, it's back of it's blank, and there's like a white line going down the middle, and then this one that can, and then there's like one going.
Have you taken off yet?
Did you take off on your plane yet? No,
So is
And
there any
that's-
data there then to see?
I don't think so.
Yeah. If you haven't done anything, can you collect data? Can you see any data on it?
No. Just give me a second to see if I can lift off.
Yeah,
I've really done it before.
Yeah, that you're fine. It's just there's nothing there to collect data on you.
Air.
That would be as if I said, all right, I want to test how high you can jump, but don't move.
Uh-oh. Sorry, my thing is turning completely around.
Is your generator on?
Whoa. Hold
Oh.
on. You're airborne, girl. I'm airborne?
Yeah, see?
Ah! Holy cow, holy cow. I
All right.
can't see anything.
Oh, well, use your instruments and look up at those boxes in the corner, okay? Those will help you. All right?
Ah! I crashed, I think. Never
Hey.
mind. I didn't crash.
Oh, well, you're doing fine. All right. Let me know if you need anything. I'm going to help some other people. All right. Thank you. Yes, Marissa.
Oh, I forgot to put my hand down. I had a question, but then I figured it out.
All right.
Oh,
awesome.
and
All right. Thank you, Marissa. Let's go down to Zach. Yes, Zach.
So do I just like kind of like see how much it takes, how long it takes me to take off?
Yes. What you're looking at is the takeoff distance versus how fast you're going. Well, that's what your virtual airspeed and your takeoff distance. The other thing we're looking at, the landing gear, is just to see when you actually are in the air so you can pause it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, because my distance says like 1,343 feet, and all of the landing gear say 0.
All right. Well, try it again and see. You want to try to get it off as soon as they're at 0. Remember, it takes about 75 knots, okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go with Brendan.
I tried to download it and it just never worked. And so right now I'm back where I started. I'm trying to start it again, but I just want to know if you have any extra tips
Are you on a Mac or on a PC?
a Mac. And I tried to download just the demo version and that wouldn't work.
All right. This is the thing with Macs. You want to download the demo version. And what's going to happen is, here, I'll show you. When you go to, you'll download it and it's going to want to unzip. All right. When you unzip it.
Oh, you get it from your file or your, yeah.
Yes. But here is the thing that you'll need to do. Because it's not an approved Apple product. When you click on, click on the question mark, and it's going to open up and show you what you need to do to get it to open. Basically, what you'll do is you'll go into the Finder and locate the app you want to open, which will be this file through your Finder. Then don't use the Launchpad to do this. Launchpad doesn't allow you to access the shortcut menu. What you'll do, you'll press the Control key and then click the app icon. Then choose Open from the shortcut menu. The app is saved as an exception to your security settings, and you will be able to open it in future by double clicking it, just like any registered app, and then click Open. Okay?
All right.
All right.
I'll give it a try.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's go up with Taha. Go ahead. All right. I cannot hear you, Taha, so please type in. All right, so your computer is too old. All right. It is out of date, I think you're trying to say. All right. Have to get back to you on that one, Ty. I really don't know what to do on that. I'll have to ask Mr. Dubik, see if he has any suggestions, but that is a hardware issue. Okay. All right. Let's go with. Yes, go ahead.
I was trying to figure out how to get it go down the runway when I figured out that my brakes were still there, and then it turned around, and now it's rolling along off the path.
All right, what you can do is go to the quick flight, go to settings, quick flight setup.
Wait, I think I got it airborne. Yeah, I did.
Okay, but let him answer the question you asked.
Anytime it messes up, just pause it, go to settings, and then go to quick flight setup. And click on go to this airport and hit the X, and you will restart. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anyone else needs help, raise your hand or have a question. I'm here to help you. It'll take about another 7 to 10 minutes and keep working on this. And let me see, Taha. Let me try to help you out. Taha, do you have a Mac or a PC, sir? Can you please type that in? A PC. What operating system do you have? Like, is it Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, XP? Okay, which version of Windows is it, Taha? Okay, 7. This will work on your computers. I got X-Plane 9 working on XP at my job, at my school that I teach at, on some dinosaur laptops. Have you been able to download the file, Taha? Okay. When you click on it, will it run? Are you clicking on the X-Plane icon or some other type of icon? Or can you type in clicking on the X-Plane? What type of message are you getting? Or it just will not run? All right, so what you're gonna, if your graphics are incompatible, what you need to do is go into your settings and try to tinker with your graphics. Typically, your graphics are probably out of range, so try to lower them or increase them. It's going to be one or the other. But also, if you do that, make sure you don't have anything else running possibly. But try that. You just need to make a change to your graphics. You're working with Windows 7. Your computer's probably only a few years old. It can handle it. All right. Okay, seems like everyone's off and working. Yes. How can I help?
Okay. Something weird happened.
All right.
Wait. 1 second, I think. Okay, I figured it out.
All right. Even better. Way to engineer your own solution. Brendan, how can I help you?
I tried it, and when I pressed the question mark, it says it could not open the page, and it had like a little life thingy.
Yes, that's giving you the instructions on how to do it.
Because it didn't say anything. It just said it couldn't open this page, and there's nothing else.
There wasn't a question mark on that?
I pressed the question mark, and then nothing else was there.
Okay, hit the question mark, then hit OK. After you hit OK, it should pop open.
All right.
Okay? Or if that doesn't work, here, just read the instructions off of Mod. All right?
All right.
I'll just leave this up. Hit the question mark. See, like, nothing's happening. But as soon as I hit OK, boom, the Help Center pops open. And then once it loads, I got a lot of applications running right now. Nice job, Taha. I mean, Zach. Try do it again. They keep downloading. That's what the issue is. Here you go. Oh, it opened up my other monitor. All right. Go ahead. Just use those instructions. I will scroll them up. All right. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right. Follow those. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mute you and help someone else out. Okay. Let me know if you need any more help. Thank you. Evan, how can I help you?
I just wanted to say that I figured since my dad, he used to take some training on flying an airplane, I just wanted to say that he was teaching me a bunch about how the airplane works, and he was teaching me what the stall alarm was for, because I just kept hearing it go off.
Cool. Very good. That's awesome.
And so now I know exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, that's awesome. Your dad's helping you out. Way to go, Dad. High five for Dad. So you enjoying it, Evan?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Very
I
good.
decided to try taking off all the weight, and I'm really Sorry, the intercom.
No problem. Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
I'm like flying in like 5 seconds. It's actually kind of hard to control. I'm good. I just want to say that my dad used to fly airplanes.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Yes. Yes? Oh, did I have my hand raised? Uh,
Okay, let me see here. Yeah, you have yourself muted, so I can't. You have to unmute yourself. Brendan, let me check on.
oh, sorry.
Oh, no
All
problem.
right, now I can hear.
Oh, I got two people talking now. Go ahead. How can I help you?
Okay, I have 2 questions. How do you save your data?
After each time, you're just gonna have to record it.
After each.
After each time
Okay.
but then it will
And-
reset.
And something weird's happening.
Yes.
It's not letting me like take off. It won't let the motor go.
Is your generator on?
Generator. Yes, I think so.
Anytime that comes on, it means your engine is basically stalled. You have to go to the quick flight setup and restart and go to this airport and restart. It basically gives you a new plane. Your plane, in layman's terms, is broken and it won't work.
Okay.
Okay.
So go to this airport.
All right.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. I need your attention. Bring it back. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you the final video that'll help you learn how to change the gravity so you can actually fly on the same gravity as on the moon. But once again, I apologize. The very beginning of it is a little blurry and the volume isn't.
Does the moon even have an atmosphere? I thought you needed air to fly a plane.
Well, no, it doesn't have an atmosphere. But this X-Plane simulator creates one, so we can see what it would be like to fly on the moon. First, we need to check and make sure our payload is still around 900 pounds by looking at the Fuel Payload tab. Next, we have to change the gravity by clicking on Special at the top of the menu and selecting Set Environmental Properties. We need to change the planet mu to 00.660. The gravity is now 1.6224.
Now, the next step is to review the quick flight setup. Make sure the location is Bowie. The aircraft is the Cessna 172 SP, and the weather is clear.
Okay, now we can take off. Pause. Turn off the brakes. Push in the throttle. And click on the center of the screen. Then place the mouse slightly to the right of the crosshairs. Press P to unpause. And slowly bring our mouse to the center of the crosshairs as we coast down the runway.
Okay, once we've taken off 3 or 4 times, we can answer the questions in the handout. Now, before we exit, we have to return the planet mu to 3.990 and return the payload mass of the plane to around 298 pounds.
Don't worry, there's not supposed to be sound on purpose. All right. Turn the volume down now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at your lesson, it has all the fine details on what you need to do if you need to read back over anything once again. Just go through and do all these things. But the one thing I want to suggest to you, whatever changes you make, and you're done tonight and you shut it off and you reopen it next time, it will have the same changes. Because, I repeat, this is not a game. It is a simulator. Games, you shut them off unless you have some type of save mode or continuation process. It will restart. X-Plane does not restart. So when you change the gravity in this environment, it will actually stay like that until the next time. So make sure you change your gravity back to Earth gravity. Or you can get creative, and if you want to try to experiment with other gravities on other planets. But there's also a feature where you can fly in the moon, Mars's atmosphere too. So I'll leave that up to you to figure out. Now, at this time, we got about a minute left of class. Does anyone have any questions or concerns about the assignment that is due for Wednesday? Brendan.
I still cannot get my playing game to download, or my simulator to download.
As of right now, the technique that I showed you worked for everyone else. I don't know what version of Mac you have. Do you have Mountain Lion?
I don't know.
Okay. Basically, those instructions, if you have those, that is the feature. What I would do is get one of your parents to help you with downloading it.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Brendan. And Zach.
I don't understand. Do we just change it to the moon?
After you're done doing all the payloads, you'll change it to the moon's gravity and then just experiment with how it affects your takeoff.
Okay.
I mean, look, right here. It has all
you.
the instructions for you. See that? Which will support exactly what we went over in the video. Okay. Thank you, Zach. All right. If I don't have any more questions, this is your homework, if that's one way you want to put it, Marissa. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a great Monday. Thank you, as always, for being part of Young Engineers today. And I will talk to you in about 48 hours from now. Take care. Bye-bye.